because she wouldn't give him the time of day. We gotta learn how to teach our kids the thought process of how to get rejected and what it means to be rejected. Because this 14-year-old boy acts like he sent a letter out to sis, and sis read it in front of the whole class. And he needed to retaliate because his feelings was hurt and he was embarrassed and humiliated. No, that's not what happened. 14-year-old boy walks to girl, asks for number, girl says no, female continues to go about her day, but dude ends up saying, oh, okay, bam, bam, WWE did it. Like, I've literally had guys, because I rejected them, I've had a guy put a gun to my head because I rejected him. And told me, you could have at least said, hey. So on both parts, there does need to be an understanding. I'm not going to lie. One, speaking because I've been in the situation where I almost got harmed because of X, Y, and Z. So that meant that at the end of the day, that's the reason why I talk to everybody, or if somebody talks to me or say, hey, I do my best not to ignore folks and actually pay attention to my surroundings so I can always hear what people are saying, so that way I can always greet people. Because at the end of the day, I could have stopped that just by saying, hey. Just like if she would have went about it in a nice way, saying, hey, my parents don't allow me to date, therefore I can't give you my number, therefore I don't actually have a number to even give you because my parents don't pay my phone bill to be on to communicate with other individuals. I'm supposed to be in school. Like, there could have been something in that way that the female could have said X, Y, and Z, so that way she could have been saved. Not saying it's her fault, because at the end of the day, it technically isn't her fault that this boy doesn't know how to take rejection. However, to protect ourselves as divine feminine, we do have to take accountability on our part and understand the difference of what we could have did. Because I'm not gonna lie, certain things can prevent certain things from happening. Like if she said, no, I'm not giving you my number, I don't want to date you, this, that, and the third, you're not my type, blah, 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 da, da, da. I can understand the reason why he probably would, body slam. It doesn't make it right, but I understand, because it's a certain way you say things, and sometimes not what you say. It's really how you say it that triggers certain chemicals in people's brains to react. So no, I'm not saying it's her fault, but depending on what she said and how she said it, it could end up having this situation happen. I'm not gonna lie. However, it's the mother's fault for not raising her son on how to take rejection. And 9 times out of 10, it's probably because she already said yes. It's probably because she always said, you can have whatever you like. So at the end of the day, if a boy is not used, and I know because I have a brother that didn't get told no for a long period of time. So understanding, like, people not understanding how to deal with rejection or how to deal with people coming at them a certain way or this, that, and the third is because you guys be sheltering these kids throughout their whole damn childhood and expect them to motherfucking grow up and be great, instead of realizing the monster that you guys are actually building, because you guys aren't enforcing and teaching and helping and protecting these individuals in the thought process to say, hey, this is a possibility. So because this is a possibility, let me teach you how to overcome not just your emotions, not just your ego, not just your pride, but also your motherfucking id, but also your motherfucking shadows, but also your motherfucking retaliation. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this little boy need to be put in a mental health asylum. Should not be free. Because this boy I'm sitting over here doing and saying and taking his side when she actually needs to be apologizing to this little girl and saying, hey, I apologize for the way I raised my son without him understanding how to take rejection, because that is not okay. Instead, she's actually defending him, making it seem like the female is actually doing stuff that cause a reaction out of her son. When in reality, if her son would have never asked for a number, this female wouldn't have felt the need to protect herself. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys. Just because somebody asks you for a number does not always mean they're sane. Does not always mean that they're right in the head. Does not always mean that they're the match for you. Guys like to see something, and because their lustful ways and eyes see something, they assume that they can receive it and that they're meant to have X, Y, and Z, when in reality they don't understand the thought process behind the lust. Once that lust is gone for this specific female, are you still going to want this female? No, you see something that triggers an attraction to your eye and triggers a lustful thought in your eye to say, oh, this is a beautiful girl. Oh, this girl is this, that, and third. This, that, and third, da, da, da. Because I'm pretty sure it wasn't her academics that made this boy want her. We have to stop looking at a pretty face and just assuming that they're a blonde female and that they're going to be dumb, stupid, and not have morals and standards and priorities about themselves. Because just because a female is pretty does not mean she ain't went through the lifestyle, or she doesn't have the credentials or the history to be able to back up her stability within her divine feminine, 14 or not. And this is coming from somebody who used to cuss guys out, that used to hit on my mom, that used to try to get my mom, and this, that, and the third with my mom, and honestly, me too. I was 12 years old when a 32-year-old was looking at me trying to tell my mom, is that your sister? I looked 12. Just because I have a shape does not insinuate or take away from my face. So it's not the female's fault, it's really the male's. And I need you guys, you men, you little boys, you low vibrational entities, to understand at the end of the day, not every female gonna want you, bro. I know you feel like the prize, I know you feel like you top-notch dog flight of the world, Craig, but baby, not everybody gonna want you. Because if you sit over here and ask Jessica Alba out, she gonna tell you no too. Jada Pinkett might give you the time of day, who knows? But I'm pretty sure Caesar and Megan Thee Stallion ain't fucking around like that. So y'all need to start looking at these females like they're celebrities and think like, hey, would this celebrity want to date me? No. And it's okay. Because you're not where you need to be at anyways to even think about dating. Kids should not be dating. You shouldn't be dating until you're 18 years old, because you don't even know what a date is. You don't even know the difference between caring for a friend and loving somebody. You'll sit over here and be in a relationship with somebody that you care for as a friend and stuck in that situation just because you feel love for that person, not understanding the way that you love them is not because of a relationship, but because they treat you like a brother. They treat you like their dad, your dad. They treat you like a mom. They treat you like X, Y, and Z. They treat you like da-da-da-da, that you have not seen. And because you have not seen, ears have not heard, at that point in time, you feel and have been gaslighted, manipulated, overcame by this thought that you like this person, when in reality, it's not an attraction, it's a trauma-based response. So a lot of you guys need to actually grow up and heal before even getting into relationships, because y'all don't even know if this is a trauma-based response, a platonic relationship, a karmic situation, twin flame, or your fucking soulmate.